Well, everybody, welcome, as Andrew said, to Somatic Sanctuary. This is a very special experience for me because I'm live in Ajijic, Mexico. Ajijic is really close to Guadalajara, and we're actually, it's a very quaint village right on Lake Chapala, which is one of the biggest lakes in Mexico. So I've been down here for about 3 weeks, or maybe a little bit more. I'm being hosted by a very dear friend. Brings emotion to me right now. My friend Zosha and my friend Jamra. I'm at Jamra's house right now. Um, I've been down here exploring um, whole self nourishment. A lot of you might know that I live in Tucson, Arizona, and it's very hot there right now. It's like 110 degrees during the day and 100 at night. And last year, I discovered that since I was there for 3 months, that I was indoors all day and I was on the computer for like 8 hours a day, and it just was not good for my soma. So my intention was, when this summer came, was to explore living in another place during this time of year. And because I'm really interested in, as I just mentioned, whole self nourishment. So it's not just the body, it's mental health, emotional health, um, energetic expansion in the field, and a deeper connection with a sense of being connected to source energy. So being here the last 3 weeks has been a wonderful, successful experiment because I've been able to work in the mornings, but also be on foot and walk around. The community down here is incredible. I'm really inspired by witnessing the collective consciousness here, at least through my friends, of aging gracefully. So I'm learning a whole bunch and I'm very inspired. So this particular somatic sanctuary is the first of its kind. Some of you that have been following Gentle Somatic Yoga, you know that this past year I've created some Gentle Somatic Yoga inspired methods, bringing in complementary practices like Qigong, Nada Yoga, which we're going to do today, shaking medicine, shamanic journeying, using meditation. And so I felt like this is time. Let's see what happens if we bring some of these inspired methods together in one class. So just to let you know, to prepare, we're going to be seated. We're going to start seated. I'm actually in a chair. You can't see me right now. If you can't see me in the chair, I'm going to back this up in just a minute. So we're going to start seated in a chair. From there, we're going to move to standing. And then from standing, we're going to go to lying down. So if you, some of you might need other props like blankets, towels, pillows, because in the practice of gentle somatic yoga, it's really important to stay comfortable in all these different body shapes. Because if the body's straining, then there'll be less chance for the brain to muscle strengthening. And that's the ultimate. Well, there's several benefits of this practice. The first is to repattern muscles from the level of the brain to their optimal length in a resting position. And we do this through the technique of pandiculation. So that's the foundation of gentle somatic yoga. And I just want to talk for a few minutes about Nada yoga and therapeutic tremoring, because we're going to be doing that today. And this might be new for some of you. So first of all, Nada yoga, I was doing more research this morning. And by the way, thank you to GSY teacher Ren Burkett, who's a yoga therapist. And well, she has a lot of specialties, but I've been working with Ren Burkett with creating somatic harmony. That's one of the GSY inspired methods. So anyway, Ren, I don't know if you're here today, but I'm hoping to channel you into this practice. So Nada yoga is an ancient Indian metaphysical system using sound with yoga postures. And so not only is it a medicine, meaning balancing and aligning the whole self, but it also stimulates the vagus nerve. And the vagus nerve is the nerve that that creates the parasympathetic nervous system. It's the main nerve that helps us drop into the parasympathetic nervous system state. So why is this important? The parasympathetic nervous system state is what helps regulate the heart, our digestive system. And it also, I'm going to be sharing my own words for this, is that it brings more space for prana, life force energy, to connect, balance, and heal. Like the life force energy, the prana, sometimes when we're busy with our mind and we're in the sympathetic nervous system state, which is fight or flight or freeze, then the prana gets clogged. It can't do its job because there's stress in the body that wants to defend against stressful life experiences. Parasympathetic nervous system is when we can change brain waves from beta to alpha, which is a very, alpha is more like a brainwave state that's just pure awareness. There's no judgment, it's accepting what is. So it's desirable and preferable to spend more time in the parasympathetic nervous system. So the vagus nerve, to stimulate that, is what can help us create this state. So through Nada Yoga, using sound, we can direct our consciousness through our nervous system and just awaken more internal awareness of felt sensation. Why is this important? So the more that we become self-aware, the more that we can listen to our body's messages. We're always getting messages from our body all day long. So the sooner that we can recognize that the body's moving into the sympathetic nervous system, like the shoulders raise, the jaw clenches, maybe you're holding in your breath. These are all signs that the body's telling you that that we need to change. There's an option to self-regulate. There's an option to, if you're aware of your body sensations, then you can release your shoulders. You can take a deeper breath. And you can make regenerative decisions on every level, mentally, emotionally, physically. And ultimately, the more choice points that we have in everyday life, the closer we are to states of freedom. That's really the definition for me of freedom, is having choice points. Instead of reacting to life experiences, we can respond to life experiences in a way that brings us closer to be who we are on soul level. I'm very passionate about all these subjects, so I'm going to see if I can tell that I'm already starting to want to really go into detail, but I'm just going to say that for now. Nada Yoga, back to Nada Yoga, stimulating the vagus nerve is going to help us bring in more awareness. And also, I want to share with you, the first time that I practiced Nada Yoga with Ren, I had a profound experience of dissolving into oneness. So I would like us all to have intention for that possibility. So that's what yoga means, is union with the whole self, or union with universal consciousness. So I dropped into that state. I slipped into it using, exploring sound and movement. And so I'm going to open up at that as a possibility for all of us today. I'm going to talk about shaking medicine now for a little bit. Or in this case, therapeutic tremoring. I learned this through Dr. Keith Moats last year. And I had no idea that therapeutic tremoring is a natural, instinctive way that animals and humans can move stressful life experiences through the body. So I don't know if you've ever seen an animal that's gone through a stressful experience, if anybody of you watched like a nature channel, for example, but it's very, when animals go through a stressful experience, they shake right afterwards, and that helps bring self-regulation to the nervous system. Humans have the same instinctive mechanism. I just think that as adults, as we evolve in our life, we tend to not want to, we hold things in. So a lot of us have forgotten this natural shaking mechanism after we have stressful life experiences. And I just want to share one personal story. I was doing some psychological work with Byron Katie. I don't know if you're familiar with Byron Katie, called The Work. When I met her, she wasn't real well known. And I was in a home, actually, there's maybe 50 of us in a private home in Nevada. And she asked me to come up and sit next to her, and she brought me into very mindfully into a very major life trauma that I had. I was beat up as a teenager when I was 16 by three guys, and I was beat up to a like bloody. It was awful, and I went unconscious to survive. And I went home, and my mom saw me. She screamed, and it was just this really awful experience. So I had that held. All of our traumatic experiences are stored in our tissues. All of our life memory is stored in our tissues. And so Byron Katie helped reactivate that trauma. And we talked about it through her process. And where I'm getting to is when I was walking back to my seat, all of a sudden my body was naturally starting to shake. And I didn't really know what was going on, but intuitively I knew to go lie down, like not go to my seat. And I just sat there and just like let my body like tremor. So before I knew that this was a thing, I intuitively knew that that's what I needed to do, was to just let the release of that memory, the release of the trauma through my body. So I'm very excited today to introduce therapeutic tremoring through the somatic movement flows. And let's all have intention that we can allow this instinctive process to happen. So I'm going to guide us. I'm going to guide us through that. And so that's therapeutic tremoring, which also brings us into the parasympathetic nervous state. Lastly, the theme for the Somatic Sanctuary is Somatic Chair. I just wanted to let you know that all the somatic movement flows, most of them can be done in a chair. And what I love about it is that Gentle Somatic Yoga is accessible for most people, regardless of your age or your body, injuries, surgeries, that, you can practice Gentle Somatic Yoga using props like the chair, even in bed. And so this is actually a large part of Gentle Somatic Yoga level 3 training. So if anybody out there is curious about Gentle Somatic Yoga level 3, I teach you about 50 somatic movement flows in the chair. So that's an overview. And now let's go into practice. And then if you have any questions, there is a Q&A session after the movement session. So there'll be plenty of time where I can review what I just shared and more. So I'm gonna hang in there with me because I'm working off my laptop. So the camera is not as good as my regular PC camera. But really, all you mostly need to do is hear my voice, because Gentle Somatic Yoga is often done with the eyes closed so that you can have an internal experience and follow your body's yes. Like I'm going to invite you to create these body shapes in a way that feels good to your body. So you're not going to be looking like me or anybody else. I'm going to ask you to honor and really create a state of self-love, never pushing past pain or strain, moving slow and smooth, taking breaks when you need to. This is a practice of moving meditation. All right. So I'm going to back my camera up. So again, we're going to be starting in the chair. I'm going to have my notes nearby, and we're going to come right into Nada Yoga, using sound to direct consciousness. All right, let's see if I can do this. And Andrew, feel free to guide me. Andrew's our awesome tech support for Gentle Somatic Yoga, and it has been for a couple of years or several years. So Andrew, feel free to direct me if you're not able to see me.
Sure, James. Right now
Thank
you're
you.
looking good.
Okay, I can actually bring this closer. And I'll probably have to back it up when I'm standing. Yeah, that looks pretty good, eh? Does that look
You're
good?
good. You can continue. Yes.
All right. So bring your feet and your knees hip width apart. And we're just going to start with the Soma scan. So bring your palms facing up on back of your legs. Close your eyes. And before we do any movement or sounding, or breathing patterns, let's explore a soma scan. So please, with your eyes closed, draw your awareness to your feet and your toes. And just notice if there's any sensations that come into your awareness. Right now, I feel personally a little buzzing sensation, partly because I'm very excited to be sharing these practices with you. But regardless, there doesn't have to be a reason. But so I'm just sharing, I feel some moisture actually, and a little buzzing, and also my feet are touching a really nice soft carpet. So that brings a sensation. So how about you? What do you notice on the level of internal felt sensation in the feet and toes? And now draw your awareness up your shins and calves to your knees. And just keep your awareness from your knees to your feet. Just imagine that your consciousness is focused like a laser beam from your knees to your toes. What do you notice? If you're wearing clothes, you might notice your clothes touching your skin. Right now, I can feel the air on my skin because my legs are bare. And let's keep moving systematically now from the knees to the hips. And you might even find yourself adjusting your posture to make yourself more comfortable. And if that's okay, let's really give our soma permission to be fluid, the opposite of rigid. So what do you notice on the level of sensation from the knees to the pelvis? Can you feel the weight of the back of your hands on your legs? Does that bring sensation? Perhaps you feel your hands, your fingers, elbows and arms, all the way to the shoulders. What appears, what arises to your attention as internal felt sensation? Fingertips, forearms, elbows, shoulders, the feet all the way to the pelvis. And now draw your awareness to your torso, starting at the base of your spine all the way to your neck. We're constantly breathing. So can you feel there's sensation as you breathe in, the ribs expand. And as you exhale, the ribs come closer in towards our midline, or I like to call it our somatic center. So that definitely brings a sensation. What do you notice right now in your torso, lower back, heart, collarbones, arms, forearms, hands, fingertips, legs, and toes? Just witness. I call this witness consciousness. Be the observer, be curious. Stay open to discover something new today. And then finally, bring your awareness to the neck and the face. If your lips are closed, do you notice sensations where the lips come together? For me, there's a lot of sensation right now on my lips, and perhaps you can feel the moisture in your mouth, your teeth, your throat. The eyes are closed. Do you feel sensation on the eyelids? Right now, I have extra moisture. Can feel that there's almost moisture coming out of my eyelids. So how about you? What do your eyes feel like on the level of sensation? Forehead, the scalp, the ears. Are there any other ambient noises in the space that you're in beyond my voice? And now from your head all the way down to your toes, the entire soma, the entire body, front and back, left and right, top and bottom. Wrap your awareness around your entire soma like a luminous egg shape. Feel your breath, feel your feet grounding into the earth. And this is a perfect time to create your intention for your practice today. What would you like to experience? And let's have gratitude in advance for these intentions to manifest. So maybe some of you are coming to class today to work on a certain part of yourself for healing or integration. It could be physical, lower back pain, could be mental, stressful life experience, emotional. So set your intention and thank in advance. Mine is to provide a sacred space for all of us to release all the things that no longer serve us and be open to receive all the energies that will support us, that will nourish us. That's my collective intention. What is your personal intention right now? Keep feeling your body sensations. This is called interoception. And now let's blink our eyes open. Wow. Okay. Whew. Let's bring our hands to prayer, hands together in prayer in front of the heart. And actually, you know what? We need to move forward in the seat a little bit because we're going to come into our first somatic movement flow called Namaste flow. So you're going to want to be able to lean back. Excuse me. You're going to want to make sure that you have room to lean back and to lift up. Okay. So, oh, you know what? I wanted to do one pranayama. I would like to guide us through a Shitali breath. Shitali is it's a pranayama technique, a very cooling breath before we do the Namaste flow. So imagine a straw. Everybody just I'm going to invite you to imagine with me. So bring your hand into like your fingers like this. Imagine you're holding a straw and bring it to your lips. Okay. So with your lips pursed, so with your lips coming together like you're putting it around a straw, close your eyes and take a long, slow breath through this imaginary straw. On the exhale, imagine you're blowing through the straw. Notice that this creates an extended breath. One more time in, at your own pace, but breathe in and out of the straw. You can take your hands away if you want to, but that's the shape of the lips. Let's do this for a few rounds. Shitali pranayama. And as you breathe, soften your shoulders, soften your face, relax the belly, open your feet to connect to the earth. A few more rounds, Shitali breath, pursing your lips, long extended breaths in and out. Notice the sound it makes as you breathe in through the lips and out. Creating space in the energetic field as the body softens and grounds into the present moment. All right. And now let's come back to a natural breath, and hands now come to prayer center. Okay, so we're going to inhale. We're going to do the movement first. We're going to pair movement with breath, and then we're going to add sound. 4 different sounds. But first, let's just get the movement down. So inhale here. Exhale, extend your arms, index finger and thumbs touching, round through your back, tuck your pelvis. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, arms down. I'm going to turn around so you can see me. Bring your hands back to prayer position in front of the heart. So inhale. Exhale, round through the back body, tuck the pelvis. Inhale, lift the arms up, undulate each vertebrae up, one vertebrae at a time, and exhale, come down. Beautiful. Let's bring the hands back to prayer center. And let's create an Om now before we do any more movements. So take a deep breath in, open your arms, and make the sound Om. Om. Rub your hands together. Let's do that one more time. So as we're sounding, we're what makes it more enhanced is I'm inviting you to experience how the vibration moves through your body. So let's take another deep breath in and open the palms, close the eyes. Oh. Bring the arms down and notice the sensations. Are you able to feel, like I can definitely feel more buzzing sensation? Witness consciousness. Okay. And now we're going to use Om with Namaste flow. Hands to prayer center. Take a deep breath in. Extend the arms. Om. Om. Inhale, lift the arms. Exhale with an Om. Om. Open your feet, open your legs, open your belly. Om. Bring your hands back to heart center and pause. Eyes closed, soft to the shoulders. Mm. Notice the sensations, if there are any. Relax and create space between your thoughts. This next sound we're going to make is hum. Let's do it together. Hum. Just different than om. Okay, let's try it one more time without moving. Let's deep breath in. Hum. Hey, let's bring that into the Namaste flow. Take a deep breath in. Extend the arms, tuck the pelvis. Hum. Inhale, lift the arms. Keep the soles of the feet open. There's chakras on the feet. Bring the hands back to prayer center. Close the eyes. Rest. Natural breath. What do you notice as internal felt sensation? Keep opening and relaxing, softening, and open your eyes. And now we're going to explore E. Let's take a deep breath in. E. Wow. That really creates a different experience for me. I'm curious to know if you do it. So when I had suggested at the beginning of class that we can use sound to direct consciousness, so I'm going to invite everybody as we create this sound, direct your attention all the way through your body. Just imagine being in a column of light. Okay, let's bring our hands together. We're going to pair it with Namaste flow. Take a deep breath in, open your soma. E. When you're ready, inhale, undulate the spine up, lift the arms, take a deep breath in. Eventually bring your hands back and pause, natural breath. Close your eyes, notice how you feel. Let's create the sound E again, but create a different tone. I'm going to explore going higher. Some of you may want to go lower with your E sound. Okay, so let's take a deep breath in. When you're ready, inhale, expand the auric field. Imagine growing in your auric field. Beautiful. Palms facing up on back of the legs. Rest your hands, close your eyes, take a deep breath in. Audible sound, exhale, ha, cleansing breath, ha. Let's do that again. Cleansing breath, inhale. Ah, settling down and into your somatic center. Relaxing, opening. What do you notice as internal felt sensation right now? Open and invite the prana, our prana, your own individual prana, to connect, align, and balance the soma. And all we have to do is get out of the way in our personality and witness. One more sound. It's a sh. So it's an S and an H and a Z, and everybody's going to sound different. So let's just practice. So S, H, and Z's, or however that ends up for you. Let's be playful with this. All right. So let's take a deep breath in. Okay, so I found myself changing the tone. So let's be playful with this. Let's experiment one more time. So the zhuzh can go wherever you want. Whatever your stomach comes out, this is what it is. Let's try again, practice. Inhale. Wow. Okay. Whew. I just feel like shaking it out. I don't know about you, but just shake it out a little bit. All right. So let's explore this in Namaste Flow. You might need to, let's actually move our body a little bit for some integration movement before we do this last sound. So just something organic, something slow, something that feels good. Ah. Remember, we're stimulating the vagus nerve right now and opening our energy body and the fascia. All right, let's practice. Let's have some fun. Let's come into the shiz with Namaste Flow. Inhale. Eventually, nice. Inhale, arms up. Let's draw some fresh prana in. Palms facing up. back of the hands on the legs. Open the chakras on your feet and your hands. Did you know that we have chakras, energy portals there? And let's soften into the moment in silence. Soma scan. I'm going to be quiet. But notice your internal felt sensation. And open your eyes. Wow. So I don't know about you, but I feel kind of altered, like expanded with consciousness and a lot of kind of like swirly sensations. That's what my stomach feels. I'm curious to know what you're feeling. All right, so from here, let's move into some traditional somatic movement flows in the chair, and it's going to be a twist. Let me check the time. Make sure I have enough time to share everything I want with you. Okay. Okay, so let's see. You know what? I feel like standing. I feel like it's important to stand. We've been sitting, so let's stand up for a moment as integration, and let's just shake it out. Just whatever you want. Let's just shake it out. How about some sound? Just shake it out. All right. It just felt like natural to do that. And let's come back to our chair. I'm just going to guide us through one somatic movement flow. Oh, thank you, Zosha. My friend just gave me a clock that I can see, which is great. So let's come back to our chair. I want to do one somatic movement flow, traditional. So typically we do this on the floor seated. A lot of us do with our legs crossed. But we're going to do this in a chair. And so the benefits of this is to bring mobility to the spine as well as flexibility and to release tension in the neck, the shoulders, the back, and the pelvis. All right, I'm going to actually turn a little bit to the side so you can see me maybe at a different angle. So left hand and right knee. Actually, no, I'm changing my mind. I'm going to face you. Left hand on the right knee, right hand on the chair. Okay, so let's just first sit up nice and tall, extend through the head and the chin slightly tucked. Now from here, let's slowly twist to the right with your eyes open. Bring your right shoulder blade back and your left shoulder blade back. With your eyes open, put an imaginary dot on the wall, piece of furniture. You might be outside, a plant. I don't know. Just remember that place. In fact, even bring your eyes up and down in the twist so that you can see the space that you're in. Part of the neuroscience of gentle somatic yoga is the brain learns through contrast. And this is really good for the whole soma. So remember that spot and let's come back to neutral. Keep your hands there. Okay. So now let's come into this sequence. So close your eyes and let's twist to the right. Bring your right shoulder back, your left shoulder back, and keep your head centered over your chest. So we're not going to move the neck so much, but mostly the back. So feel your back body, your muscles engaging, maybe even arch your lower back. And now let's mindfully come out of that space, disengage those muscles, round through the shoulders, tuck the pelvis, chin to chest, hands stay where they are. Can you engage the muscles in front of your body a little bit and release the weight of the head down? Now from the pelvis, push the pelvis forward, tilt the pelvis forward, stacking, lifting the vertebrae, lift through the top of the head, drop your chin to your chest, and let's twist to the right again. Now I'm going to invite you to create a different body shape. Move in a way that feels good to your soma. Which part of your back body wants to be discovered by squeezing those muscles gently but firmly? Now, mindfully, not all at once, slowly disengage. Slowly tuck the pelvis. Slowly bring the chin to the chest. And at the end, engage your core muscles in front and release the muscles of the neck. Inhale, come up. Press the pelvis forward. Lifting, stacking. This time, as the right shoulder goes back and the left shoulder goes back, turn your head over to the left and create a new body shape, eyes closed. What feels good right now? Create your own shape where your body is saying yes. And now let's come out of that shape mindfully, tucking the pelvis, shoulders roll forward, broadening. Bring your shoulder blades away from the spine and your chin toward your right shoulder. Both shoulders forward, but chin to the right shoulder. One more time, lifting, stacking. Bring your head up slowly. Twist to the right, right shoulder blade back, left shoulder blade back, and head to the left. Eyes closed, keep breathing, not holding the breath. Find a new body shape. A way where your body says, yeah, that feels good. And now let's unwind mindfully, coming back to that large C shape with the back body, chin to the right shoulder. Bring a little bit of engagement with your ribs towards the pelvis. And now we're coming up and we're going to do post check. So let's just pause for a moment. You can open your eyes. And now let's extend up through the top of the head, chin dropped. And now we are going to move our head and neck, twist to the right slowly. And just notice if your range of motion has increased. Maybe even pick up your right hand and just point. Oh, wow. So I don't know about you, but I increased at least 10 or 15% range of motion. Let's come out of this. How about you? Did you experience change? Yeah? Hey, let's come back. And for those of you new to Gentle Somatic Yoga, this is called a pandiculation, where we're choosing to engage specific muscle groups and disengage. What it does is it repatterns and creates more length for the muscles. And that's why we increase our range of motion. It's the opposite of stretching. We are in a brief stretch for a moment, but that's not the focus. The focus is feeling the muscles engage and disengage. Okay, so let's do the other side. I think I'm going to actually have the arm up this time as the pre-check. Make sure you're comfortable in your chair. Right hand to left knee. This time, actually, I'm going to ask you to lift your left arm up. I'm going to have to, well, I'm going to have to lift my arm up and over the chair. So first, extend up through the head, drop the chin, and explore a range of motion with your eyes open. Look past your fingertips. Relax your right shoulder down, and maybe move your head up and down. So this is the pre-check. Again, this is how the brain repatterns the muscles, is learning through contrast. So remember that imaginary dot and come back to neutral. Place your left hand back on the chair. All right, let's move our shoulders a little bit. I found myself a little bit too rigid. We want to stay fluid. All right, so let's set this up. So lift up nice and tall. Keep your chin down and centered over your chest. Twisting to the left, eyes closed. Left shoulder blade back, right shoulder blade back. And now create a body shape for about 3 seconds as a guideline that feels good. And not all at once, but let's unwind from this twist, this spiral. Shoulders forward, chin to chest, tuck the pelvis, breathe, keep breathing, natural breaths. Release the weight of the head at the last part. Tilt the pelvis forward, stacking one vertebrae at a time. Shoulders down away from the ears, spiral to the left. Head stays center, shoulders back, create another body shape, a new one. Hug and squeeze those muscles towards the spine and mindfully relax. So we don't really focus on the breath now. We did at the beginning with the Nada yoga, but now just be mindful of the breath and also the feet connected to the earth. All right, and as we come up this time, we're going to bring the head opposite direction. So really articulate one vertebrae, one disc at a time. Twisting to the left, head moves to the right without pain or strain. Hold it here. How does your body feel? And let's unwind. So let's move with pleasure. Let's have the intent to move with pleasure. When you create these body shapes, how does your body want to move? And again, I forgot. Let's see. Chin to the left shoulder in the C shape, C shape. And now let's come out of that. Tilt the pelvis forward, lift and stack, turn to the left, look to the right with the head. New body shape. Be creative, intuitive. Bring your shoulder blades back, head to the right. And now let's come out of this, and the head is going to come towards the left shoulder. Both shoulders are forward, but the head comes down, chin to the shoulder. Tuck the pelvis, engage the core. And then last time, tilt the pelvis forward, lifting and stacking. Twisting to the left, head goes to the right, but both shoulder blades back. Find a new body shape. Without pain or strain, let's come out mindfully, slowly, disengage the muscles of the back body, tuck the pelvis, open the soles of your feet, the chakras of your feet, head to the left shoulder, release the weight of their head. And now let's come up. We're going to do post check. So sitting up nice and tall, chin to chest. And we are going to move the head and neck this time. If you want to lift your hand and your arm, notice if you've increased your range of motion. Wow. So again, I gained about 10 to 15 more percent. How about you? And let's come back together. Let's just create an integrative movement. So it's whatever you want, maybe rolling the shoulders, but move slowly. This is really great for fascial unwinding. That's a big topic right now. I presented this topic at Yoga U Online this year. The fascias are connective tissue, and our fascia needs to be lubricated. And that's what we're doing right now, is to open the fascia with these integrated movements. Okay, Soma scan. Eyes closed, palms facing up. Let's take a cleansing breath together. Inhale through the nose. Audible sound, exhale. Ha. So soften the belly, soften the pelvis. There's no need to sit rigid. And let's explore witness consciousness. Be the observer without judgment. Alpha brainwave. What do you notice as sensation? All right. And then we're going to come to standing. So that was the last thing we're doing in a chair, unless you may want to have it nearby. I'm going to move it to the side. And now we're going to explore some shaking, some therapeutic tremoring. I'm actually going to get this out of the view. All right. What a beautiful space, isn't this? Oh, I'm feeling emotion again of joy. Let's just bounce it out. Make a sound if you want to. Just be playful, the opposite of serious. Just shake it out and make a sound. Yeah. I feel inspired to just let the arms swing back and forth. So it's coming, the engagement's coming from the solar plexus. So engage the initiate the movement from your solar plexus, and just let your arms flop and tap your body. different places the head can swing. Relax the toes, bend the knees, and we're just enjoying a little bit of twisting with clapping the body. You might want to bring your hands up. This is really good to tap the liver, the kidneys, awaken the fascia again. Just a few more turns. And let's come back to center slowly. Ooh. Let's just do a soma scan standing because we've changed body shapes. I'm going to encourage you to open up your toes. Feel your body front and back, left and right, top and bottom. And let's just open our joints so that we're not standing too rigid, like the opposite of rigid. Just, in fact, you can change your body shape to invite the energy to flow more easily. All right. Okay, so open your eyes and open your feet wider than hip width apart. Part of how, if you're a yoga teacher, yoga therapist, or if you are, well, if you're just a yoga practitioner, to move into therapeutic tremoring, it's helpful to fatigue the body a little bit. So that's one thing, but we're also going to build muscle strength and perhaps even increase bone density through this next sequence. So we're doing all of that. So this is called the goddess pose. So let's just come in. And I'm going to invite you to just come into a shape so that your knees are not over your ankles. You might need to widen your stance. And let's do the pre-check. The pre-check is how far can you squat down without pain or strain, and just look down. Like, where are you at? So we're not encouraging a stretch. For me, it would look like this. That hurts. So I'm not doing that. So we're just going to come down to where your body just says, yep, that's where I want to be. Okay, so now let's come out of that shape. All right, so I'm going to invite us to lift our arms up. Inhale. Exhale, and let's squat down slowly. And then we're going to bring our hands to our thighs, and we're going to be honest how far we want to squat down, and we're just going to hold it there. So yes, this is a stretch, but the intent is not to stretch. Just go to where your body stops naturally. And now let's come up slowly, raise the arms up. Take an extra sip of air at the top, and let's come down mindfully. You might need to change the shape with your legs if your knees are hurting. So no pain, no strain. And now let's close our eyes and let's just soften the shoulders. And yes, you might feel a little shaking. And then if you do, allow that to happen. And let's inhale, come up. Take extra sips of air. If you need to take a break, you take a break. Exhale, come down. And we're going to squat again, eyes closed, hands to legs. Notice if your body just comes naturally a little bit further. I'm inviting your body to start to tremor, -2. So just notice if you can allow that to happen. And let's come out of it. If you need to come out sooner, please feel free. Just my voice is a guideline. We're going to do this again, and this time we're going to change. Come all the way down. Be honest with yourself. What is your fullest range of motion? And bring the right shoulder in, left shoulder blade back. Head is centered over the chest. Let's come up out of this. And let's bring the body down again, and let's twist to the left. And feel free to use your breath. Hold it here. And let's come up all the way. And inhale. Exhale. Squatting, right shoulder in, left shoulder blade back, squeeze and hold. Inhale, come up, arms lift. This is our last time. Exhale down, twist to the left, to the right, sorry. Left shoulder in, right shoulder blade out. Pause, squeeze, hug the muscles in towards the bones. Inhale, lift up. This is the last one. Inhale. And we're gonna do post check. Come down, eyes open, And notice if you have a little more range of motion. Let's create a little bit of therapeutic tremoring here. You might need to come out of the squat a little bit, but I'm going to invite us to stay here. Even if you're here, can you allow the body to start tremoring? You kind of have to get out of the way, and maybe for some of you, you're intentionally shaking, but there's a spot where you can just let go, and then all of a sudden the body starts moving. So just be open to have this experience. And let's come out, heel toe the legs back together. And let's march it out. Okay, let's shake it out. I'm going to guide us into a traditional hatha yoga pose, and this is awesome because this is actually another GSY inspired method, is how to somaticize, how to create neuromuscular reeducation in a traditional yoga pose. So it's going to be warrior one and maybe warrior two. It depends on the time. So let's turn to the left. So left foot is forward, right foot is back. First, we're going to come into warrior two. And it's easier because I can face the camera. So left toes are facing forward, right toes are pointing in, and just create a stance that's comfortable, but the knee doesn't go over the ankle. So let's do pre-check, right? Because in Gentle Somatic Yoga, the brain learns through contrast. So what is your honest body shape without pain or strain right now? So look down, open your toes. So for me, this is my stance. Now, could I go deeper? Yes, of course I could, but this does not feel good. So this is my range of motion. What's yours? Okay, so now let's lift the arms up, straighten the left leg, relax the shoulders down away from the ears, and let's come down in thirds. So come down, pause, start hugging your muscles in towards the midline, come down and pause, come down and pause. Bring the arms down and lift up slow and smooth. It's interesting. I'm starting to feel shaking in my front quadriceps. So I'm going to encourage that. And if you're feeling that, please just allow that to happen as well. So let's bring the arms up again away from the ears. We're going to come down in thirds. You can close your eyes if you want to, or soft gaze, pause. Come down another third, pause. Come down another third. I'm noticing that I have to bring my front foot forward, pause, hold it here, squeeze and hug the muscles in, glutes, hamstrings, quadriceps, lift up, and arms down. I think one more time. Okay, arms up. Either soft gaze or eyes closed. Let's come down in thirds. Here's one body shape. Start engaging the muscles of both legs into the glutes. Come down another third. Pause. My body's starting to tremor, so I'm just going to open to that experience. How about you? Let's come down last time. Shoulders away from the ears. Energize. If your body's tremoring, let that happen. And let's come out. Arms down. Whew. I haven't done this for so long. So now let's do post check. All right. So bring the arms out. And you might need to bring your foot forward. Let's just see if you've increased your range of motion. Wow. I definitely noticed a difference without pain or strain. Let's come out. And then let's heel toe our feet back together. So I have a view of my friends, and I'm really appreciating that, Jamra, that you're doing your own thing. I just love that. Like in this practice, I'm here as your guide, but if your body's like, you know what? No, I want to do this or I want to do that, then that's awesome because you're following your own inner yes. So let's bring the right foot out, left foot in. And let's just kind of practice right now. Just making sure that your knee's not going over your ankles because we're going to find our pre-check. All right, so everybody be honest with yourself. Remember, I could easily go deeper, but that my body doesn't want to right now. So where's your stopping point? Arms out. Let's come back out. Let's come down in thirds. Keep your shoulders relaxed. If your eyes are closed or soft gaze, come down and pause. Come down and pause. Feel your feet, feel your legs. Come down and pause. Hold it here. Bring muscular effort closer to your bones. Both legs, glutes, squeeze your bum. And let's come out slow and smooth. Relax the arms. We're intentionally fatiguing the large muscles of the legs and the bum. Arms out, shoulders down. Remember, not rigid. Let's come down in thirds. Keep breathing. Just explore these different body shapes. So I'm finding that I need to bring my front foot out because I'm naturally wanting to go down lower. That's my soma. How about yours? Let's come out. This time we're going to hold it. If your body is ready, we're going to hold it in the fullest expression of warrior 2. Arms up. Take your time. Choose this pause. Start hugging your muscles towards the bones, shoulders down, face relaxed. This time we're going to hold it here. And I'm just curious if your body wants to tremor a little bit. Maybe you want to bring your arms down. Yeah, my arms want to come down. Is there any tremoring that you can feel through your body? Any natural movement? And let's come out and let's heel to our feet back together. Ah, wow. And let's walk it out and shake it out. So as we age, I'm sure all of you know, but just in case, we need weight-bearing movements, safe weight-bearing movements to grow muscle mass and increase bone density. And I feel like that was a really safe way to do that for the legs, at least, and the glutes. So let's do soma. Let's come into soma scan. You know what? I feel like I want to do a little bit of grounding by coming up on the balls of the feet. Knees are bent. And be careful because there is going to be kind of a ricocheting effect up the spine when you bring your heels down. So be sensitive in your pelvis and your back. You might want to tuck your pelvis. Now with the arms down, ha, ha, yeah, ha, ha, move around, ha, ha, bring the energy down, ha, ha, out, ha, move your arms out, ha, heels down, ha, 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 create space, ha, 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 3 more, ha, 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 rest. Soma scan, feet parallel hip width apart, soft through the joints, the knees are unlocked, shoulders relaxed, jaws relaxed, belly relaxed. You might want to tuck your pelvis under a little bit. I know I need to because it feels better. Ah. What do you notice as internal felt sensation? Clear your thoughts. If they come up, just allow them to just evaporate like sun hitting the pavement after it rains. Can you expand your awareness that includes your body but goes beyond your body right now? With your eyes closed, where's your nearest object to your left? Eyes closed. Extend your awareness. Can you feel the space to the nearest object to your left? Draw your awareness back in toward your somatic center and playfully, eyes closed, extend your awareness past your right side of your body, right leg, right arm, right ear. With your imagination and with your sensing body, what's the closest object to your right? Keep the body open. You might even find yourself shaking. If you really allow yourself, the body does move naturally. The opposite of rigid, okay? And now with the eyes closed, breathe, soften through the pelvis, the joints. Extend your awareness past your face, your belly, your toes. What is the nearest object in front of you? Can you feel the space in between, using your imagination and sensing? Bring your awareness to your back body, back of the legs, back of the heels, back of the head, back of the elbows. Eyes closed, breathing natural, feet are open. Using your imagination, what objects, or maybe you can even go past those objects. What's behind you? Can you feel and sense the space behind you and the nearest object and or beyond? Keep your body, your soma, soft. Bring your awareness to the top of your head. Shoulders relaxed, belly relaxed. Imagine that your awareness is like a balloon and it's rising above your head. Where's the ceiling if you're indoors? Can you use your imagination and go above the ceiling, past the roof? Are you able to look down into your neighborhood? Just be playful with this, with my questions, with your own observation, looking down from above, feeling the space in between your physical body and beyond, above, maybe even higher. Some of you can go higher, perhaps even beyond the atmosphere and up into the stars. Let's keep awareness left and right, front and back, and now bring our awareness at the same time to our feet. Extend your awareness, our awareness, beyond our feet and down towards the earth. You can use your imagination, bring your awareness through the soil, the sand, the rocks, maybe roots of trees. Just relax your soma, relax your breath, connect with Gaia, the earth. It's my opinion that Gaia is a soma also. It has energy, it's alive, it reproduces, it has weather, it grows trees. There's so much energy coming from the earth. So let's be open right now to allow some of that earth vital energy up through the soles of the feet. You can even use your breath to sip the energy up from the earth through the feet and into the soma. Maybe even imagine a beautiful light coming through the top of the head and like showering all over the body. This is actually part of a meditation I learned from one of my shamanic teachers. It's called Mother Milk meditation. So if you'd like to imagine a beautiful iridescent liquid light coming up from the center of the earth, bring it energetically through the body, and just imagine it oozing up the top of the head, like turning on a hose, and just imagine your body just being bathed in shimmery, iridescent light back down to the earth. So now 360 degrees, you're aware of your physical body, and also you're aware of your energetic body. Consciousness expands in all directions. And then let's blink our eyes open and let's come into just some shaking, whatever feels good. Maybe you don't want to shake. Maybe you just want to sway. Maybe you want to step in place. It might be actually kind of nice to just go for a little bit of a walk in your space, just a soft walk. Ah. All right, let's come back. And now we're going to go to the floor. We have about 10 more minutes of our practice. And then we're going to take a little break. I'm going to bring the camera closer to the floor. So please find your way to the floor, or you could stay in a chair. It's up to you. We're going to explore a little bit of more therapeutic tremoring with somatic movement flows on the floor. How are you guys feeling? I got a moan and a yummy. Good and a good. Okay, thank you. All right. So we're going to lie down on your back, please, with your arms, if you are on the floor. But like I said, you can stay in a chair. Please line your back. We're going to move into a brief soma scan. So arms by your side, legs extended. Unless you have pressure in your lower back, keep your knees bent. Okay. Let's take a cleansing breath together. Inhale through the nose. Exhale, letting go. Ah, ah, ah. Remember, sound can direct consciousness. How do you feel in this body shape? What do you notice? I'm surprised to discover within my soma that my feet are super buzzing right now. And I'm aware of a slight effervescence right underneath my skin. So that's how my soma expresses. How about yours? And maybe internally you're aware of some contrasts, like maybe one leg is longer than the other. It might feel that way. Maybe one foot is turned out more than the other. I'm just giving you possibilities to notice with the eyes closed. Check in with your hips. Is one hip higher or lower? Is your body twisting or torquing, or does it feel pretty straight? Check in with your shoulders and your neck. Something I'm noticing in my soma that is my head is slightly naturally turned to the left. So that tells me that I'm holding muscular tension in the left side of my shoulder and neck. But without judgment, I'm just observing. That's something I can practice later to release those muscles. All right, so that's our pre-check. Now, please bend your knees. We're going to come into some arch and flatten. So bend your knees if they aren't already, or if you're in the chair, that's fine too. Pick up your hips and put them back down again so that your lower spine is long. And be mindful of your heels that are not too close to your pelvis, because that might make your hamstrings tight. All right. If it's available to your shoulders, bring your hands interlaced behind your head, or maybe just one hand if one shoulder's nagging. All right. From this position, many of you know this very simple move, but it's great because we can balance front and back body. So arch your lower back by tilting your pelvis forward. Did you notice how your upper body slides on the floor a little bit? You can even tug with your heels, pressing down, but be careful not to bring spasm to the hamstrings. Now let's release that by pressing down through the feet and flattening the lower back, tilt the pelvis towards the belly button, and now let's lift the head. Lengthen your lower spine. Elbows come together. Can you rest the weight of your head in your hands? Bring the elbows together, bring the ribs down. Hold it here. Release the weight of the head. Coming down slowly. Did you notice a little vibration at the top? Because we're going to increase that. Let's come back into a mindful arch. Elbows down. You can tilt your chin back if that's safe for your neck. Tilt your pelvis forward. Bring your shoulder blades towards the spine. And now let's come up. Release the back body. Pressing through the feet. Keeping your feet where they are, but you can press forward. Lengthen your lower back. Rest your head in your hands. Let's see if we can invite some therapeutic tremoring in this position. So engaging the muscles in the front, can you allow a little bit of movement to naturally happen? And then let's come down. Some of you may or may not feel that. If you have really strong abs and you're really strong core, you may not feel it. You might have to keep it there for a while. So arch the back, chin back, elbows down, tilt the pelvis forward. You might want to tug with your heels. Safely, let's come up. So lengthening the back body, lengthening the lower spine, especially by tilting the pelvis towards the belly button. Lift the head. Rest your head in your hands, elbows together. So you're almost squeezing your muscles of your chest, the pectoralis muscles. So I'm inviting us to come into some therapeutic tremoring here. You might have to just find the sweet spot. So take my suggestions and then just see if your body just wants to come into a tremoring. It might even be mild for some of you or barely perceivable. And let's come down and let's release. If you want to, if you can extend your arms, extend your legs. Actually, you know what? I want to change my mind and I want to come into a mild twist. Bend your knees again, please. And let the knees fall to the left. If you're in the chair, look to the right. Open your arms. And just, can you release muscular effort here, even if your knees aren't together? And now engage your core muscles. Keep your feet together, the soles of your feet together, and move your knees to the right. And look to the left. Knees to the right, look to the left. Left palm facing up, right palm facing down. So we're creating a spiral. And now can you relax muscular effort at the end of the movement? So we're in a stretch, but we're not trying to stretch, if that makes sense. Okay, now engage your core muscles. Lift the knees up. Your feet are on the floor, or one foot is. So the soles are connecting. The sides of the feet are connecting. The insides. Knees to the left. Left palm down. Right palm up. The head is to the right. Knees to the left. Now, can you release muscular effort once we're in this shape? That's how we somaticize a traditional hatha yoga pose. Now let's engage one more time. Keep the feet on the floor, lift the knees, engage your core muscles. Right palm down, left palm up, knees to the right, head to the left. Can you feel a spiral in your shoulders? Can you bring your shoulder blades in? And now I'm going to invite you to soften. Even if your feet slide away, can you soften right now in this body shape? Bring the legs up and the knees to the chest. And if you're in a chair, you're going to have to get creative. Knees to the chest, hands on the knees or the hamstrings. And now circles. Circles with the knees to the ceiling. Let your head wobble too. So the opposite of rigid. This is not a rigid practice. This is an intuitive practice. So just follow your own somatic intelligence. What feels good right now? The intention is to massage your lower back after those arch and flattens and twists. Let's move the other direction. So whatever feels good. Some of you might want to come into happy baby if you know that. It's holding the soles of your feet and rocking side to side. So whatever feels good, but just let the whole body move. And then we can come back into our final Soma scan. So if you're comfortable, extend your legs, or some of you might want to find a chair or sit up against a wall. This is our final movement. Well, it's actually not a movement. This is our final body shape. To create a shape where your body feels like it could be nourished by just being still for a few minutes. If you're on the floor, maybe move your head left and right and just adjust your clothes. I'm going to be quiet for a little while. so that you can enjoy the benefits of your efforts and your practice. But you might want to remember my cueing of witness consciousness and enjoy the expansion, the feeling of freedom, peace, and well-being, which is our natural state. Ah. Some of you might feel the tremoring, and if that's happening, if you feel safe and grounded, I'm going to encourage it. Some of you may not be feeling that. It's okay. Softening, opening, expanding. How does your soma express as internal felt sensation? I'm going to invite some light movement through the fingertips and toes. We could have easily spent more time in Shavasana, but it's okay. We did a lot of meditation today. So now just begin to move lightly on the floor, on the chair. Follow your own somatic intelligence, what feels good, just natural movement. Just coming out. Little scan. So sometimes people ask me, like, James, what is your practice? What is your movement practice? And yes, I do somatic movement flows, but what I've been finding is this kind of playful movement. That's what I'm calling it. And it could be even using like the furniture, like a couch or a chair or a rock if you're in nature, or a tree. I've been finding that trusting my body to find different shapes is really, really healthy for the soma. And when you're ready, please come off to one side in a fetal position. If you're on the floor, and let's slowly come back up to a seated position. I accidentally tapped my phone. Andrew, can you hear me? Or Misha? Uh-oh.
Yes, James.
You can hear me? Okay. All right. My phone is looking different than I've seen it. I accidentally tapped it. As long as you can hear me. All right, let's come back to seated. Um, bring your fingertips, even if you're in a chair, down. Inhale, arms lifting up. Extra sips of air at the top. Exhale, arms come down. Keep the body soft, the joints, the belly. Again, arms lifting up. We're going to do 2 more breaths. Fresh prana coming in. Feel free to move your body in any way that feels good. Lifting the energy up, filling up with fresh prana, life force energy. And exhale down. Okay, one hand on the belly, one hand on the heart. I'm gonna invite us to bring some love in through our own touch. Thanking our body with our touch. I like to say thank you, I love you internally. If that resonates with you, then you might want to follow along. Like, thank you, I love you, heart. Thank you, I love you, nervous system. Thank you, I love you, digestive system. Whatever comes up, just sending love and gratitude to the blood, the DNA, life force energy itself. Thank you, I love you, love you. Ooh. And hands come back to prayer position in front of the heart. I want to thank each and every one of you for trusting me to be your guide today, and mostly trusting yourself. Love and blessings. Namaste. Namaste. All right.